So this case raised a fundamentally difficult question.
Hey there, you with the smile so bright makes even Monday morning feel just right. You walk into the room, a little bit of sun, suddenly.
小乖，现在是下午的1点48分，我现在打算出去外面吃个饭。我下午4点钟有一个法律的 oral text， 就是有点像一个模拟的小法庭，我们要去辩论一个 case。我刚刚拍完一个视频，然后我还在看稿子，希望下午的考试可以一切顺利。其实我倒不怕去讲这个稿子，我就怕他事后，因为我们的教授他会去提一些问题，我很害怕他去提一些很细节的一些法案，就是之前的 case， 就是害怕他提的太刁钻吧。特别搞笑，我本来今天早上要去拿我那个护照，我之前不是申请了返签嘛，然后本来想今天早上去拿的，结果昨天临时发现我今天10点有一个 Morgan Stanley 的会，然后就没去了。我打算明天去把那个护照拿了，快点去把我的手机换一个新的，因为现在我想要的那个没有货，然后要买的话必须得拿护照才能去证明是你买的这个手机，所以说我现在没有护照我就换不了手机。还是背这个包吧，这个包真的是我最近的最爱。小卡，拿个平板，走吧。我刚刚在问他们建不建议我拍摄，然后我们 script 好像有一点要改一下，等会吃火锅的时候要改一点。在地铁上也是马不停蹄的开始熟悉刚刚新改的一点部分。今天中午去吃一家我最近一直在吃的潮汕牛肉火锅。上菜之前还是抓紧时间熟悉一下我的稿子。我觉得虽然我已经把这个稿子念得非常熟了，但是我还是很害怕，因为有那种紧张导致不知道自己要说什么的情况，所以说我基本上就是面对这种考试会一直不停的反复的准备，感觉这样会让我安心很多。喝过条加这个辣椒是最好吃。在国内就特别爱吃潮汕牛肉火锅，伦敦这一家我觉得它味道特别好，而且我好喜欢这个小锅，我觉得特别有冬天的氛围。这里的牛肉丸真的是一绝，超级好吃，配上我致死量的辣椒酱。这次 oral assessment 的那个教室我之前从来没有去过，不过这个 building 还挺有意思的，就是它从外面包括里面的一些走廊的装修就能看出来应该是那种比较英国复古风的那种，但是你进去走到那个走廊，它那个教室就特别像那种国内机构的教室。非常狼狈的到达了这里，我的刘海被风吹得乱七八糟的。跟组员会面之后，我们就又重复确定了一些小细节什么的。本来说4点考试，硬生生等到4点半才进去考，这种门真的梦回之前在国内上课的日子。
So we are doing the car argument to dismiss the appeal. And Claudia, you're going first.
Yeah, okay.
And
Victoria?
Yeah. Victoria.
Yeah. And then Seamus?
Yes.
And Edward.
So whenever you're ready in your own time, you can start.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
So, good afternoon. Today we are going to discuss the case of R on the application of Conways versus the Secretary of State for Justice. So this case raised a fundamentally difficult question, like to what extent the law allow individual to.
虽然是准备的非常充分，但是还是避免不了的有1、2个词会有点小卡。
Prohibitions in assist suicide under Section 2 of the Suicide Act 1961, arguing that it's violating his Article 8 right to private life. So the central issue is whether the current law strikes a fair balance between the individual autonomous and protection of other. So first, the court upheld the prohibition primarily on the basis of protecting them, and the additional argument will be further explored by my teammates, who will explain how the prohibition helps maintain the trust between the doctor and patient, and also protect the sanctity of the life, and why decision of this kind should be made by the parliament rather than the court, and also why Mr. Conway's situation is less compelling when compared to the other cases.
讲完真的是可算松了一口气。我觉得我这个人讲英文跟讲中文的时候，感觉是切换了两个人格。这里是在思考一下教授等会可能会问的一些问题。我们整个的考试流程就是大家 present 完自己准备的一些内容之后，教授会随机的问一些比较有针对性，但是我们可能之前完全没有见过的一些问题，然后让我们准备一下。其实这里我一直在默默观察，在犹豫自己要不要发表一些观点，因为其实这不是强制每个人都要讲的，但是我最后还是决定输出一点。不知道小乖有没有发现，我这个时候耳朵真的是肉眼可见的变红。我其实自己也搞不懂为什么当时那么紧张，其实我当下也发现了我的状态很不对劲，但我其实不是一个面对公共演讲会很害羞很害怕的人，所以说我也不知道当时为什么那么紧张，可能是因为很久没有做类似的东西了。
Yes. and where are we? This is just a conversation question. And so it'll be interesting to see the Anthony. We're talking a little while from now.
Okay guys, bye-bye. We finally finished that. Congratulations. 两个印尼的。Do you need a bag? Yeah. Thank you.
知道吗？
毒蛇的毒蛇会不会被毒死？有蜜蜂的蜜蜂会不会 ？Hello. I'm finally at home now, so the oral assessment is finished. Congratulations. And overall, I think everything goes really well. And before I truly start the oral assessment, I suppose it should be a really formal one, like a real exam, but actually it's relatively chill. It's more tend to be a seminar, but I'm still really nervous because I'm so afraid I will mispronouncing some technical term, and because since I start college, I have been mostly dealing with the paperwork like past paper, doing exam. I barely do this type of thing like oral presentation. I think for another student in another major, they will have a lot of presentation, but for me, I don't really have a presentation before. So I think I become less familiar of this sort of thing, but overall everything is great, so I'm really happy about that.
Across my face, tell you the stories of where I am. So many stories of where I've been.
因为其实今天伦敦有点小冷，所以说回家之后奖励自己去泡一下泳池。
Anything when you've got no one to turn to, it's true. I was made for you. I climbed across the mountain tops, swam all across the ocean blue.
给你们看我之前做的美甲，其实我脚上的颜色也是同款。我每次换的话就是会一起换，我觉得这样会协调一点。这里其实就是一个很温热的泳池，跟泡温泉一样。今天是带了面膜来汗蒸的。我其实很喜欢在汗蒸的时候去弄这些护肤流程，因为感觉毛孔打开了会更好吸收。我 懒得去拿勺子了，所以说我们先用昨天外卖的筷子吃。OK， 今天的 vlog 就到这里结束了，希望小乖们天天开心，好好吃饭。我们下期再见，拜拜。